Welcome to the Patricia Joe Grover Show, where we turn believers into achievers. And today, my guest is Dr. Ken Rochon Jr., aka Dr. SMILEY. So let me tell you a little bit about Ken. Welcome to the Patricia Joe Grover Show, where we turn believers into achievers. And today, my guest is Dr. Ken Rochon Jr., aka Dr. SMILEY. So let me tell you a little bit about Ken. His specialty title and topic is Rate Your Life by SPH. And so I can't wait to find, it smiles per hour. So, hey, I love that. I love that title. Ken Rochon Jr. is a Renaissance man, a humanitarian, and accomplished serial entrepreneur. He is the social proof celebrity, event photographer, international keynote speaker, a published author of 30 books, and he has been honored as America's most influential business connector and entrepreneur of the year. UmbrellaSyndicate.com is a marketing, promotioning, and media company. PerfectPublishing.com and AbsoluteEntertainment.com are a couple of his companies. Ken's focus is supporting causes and nonprofits to amplify leaders who lead with their heart, which is fantastic. His radio show, Amplified, on Voice America Influencer Channel, is a platform he uses to discuss building community, fatherhood, leadership, success principles, and values. Ken, who has lost his mother to Alzheimer's complications, desires to live a life of the nonprofit organization. KeepTheSmileMovement.com. He has published over 110 books of leaders. The movement shares these books with everyone needing a dose of hope. He is the arts. His love of the arts and sciences inspires him to travel to over 100 countries in the world. His favorite place to be is with his son K3, the light of his life. Well, welcome to the show, Dr. SMILEY. And what a title. I love that. I love it.
Thank you, Patricia. How are you on this beautiful, brisk morning?
I am fantastic. I'm loving life. Ken, I don't know, you just starting to get to know me a little bit, but my PJG, Patricia Joe Grover, I choose to live my life purposefully, joyfully, and gratefully. And to me, that's the perfect trifecta. So that little spot where all those circles connect, to me, that's bliss. And that's how I choose to live my life. And I just want to help other people to be able to be in that same space.
So what were the three again? Joyful, grateful, and what was it?
Purposeful.
Yep.
Joyful and grateful.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I have a book of diagrams coming out, and it has 75 diagrams in it, and it says diagrams, an explanation to life. So I'm going to add that diagram in. That's beautiful.
Yes.
So we'll talk afterwards. I'll give you a little love in the book for that great idea.
Fantastic. So yeah, you bring so much light and positivity into the world. So I'm fantastic that I am blessed to have you with me today. So
likewise.
Yeah. So hey, I got some questions for you because this is all about.
Hey, I heard there was no questions here.
No, that's another thing I teach my clients is you have to have a curiosity that's greater than your fear. And,
yes.
and that comes from asking questions of ourselves and of those around us and of the world, to be able to get to where we want to be.
I have a question first.
Sure.
What's your questions?
You just want to make sure I've had enough coffee, and actually I've got to take a sip on that one.
I do too. My goodness, that was a dozy.
Yes. So Kim, how did Keep Smiling Movement Inc. come to be?
it was quite a journey. So I was very happy you shared those three things that give you bliss and a blessed life, because I'll incorporate faith into that as well.
Okay.
So I think that the 7-year journey gave me the Keep Smiling movement. And my son is speaking at a very high volume. Hey, Kenny, can you be a little lower so that we can have a conversation or come and tell a joke? Kenny? All right. Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
I'd like to meet him.
Well, maybe Kenny will come out and tell a joke if he wants to. And yeah, this is his breakfast time right now before he does his in school. But come on over, Kenny. Say hi. Come on. Oh, you're eating a Pop-Tart? He's eating a Pop-Tart.
Okay.
Well, come on over. You come on over. Just wave. You don't have to say anything yet. All right, there you go.
Hi, bud.
You ready to say something?
Hey. Hey, I have 2 grandsons that are maybe about your age. I have one that is 7 and one that is 8. How close am I to your age? Did I guess pretty good?
Wait, 1 7 and 1 8.
Yeah. How old are
7.
you? You're 7? Oh, I guessed pretty good. I thought they were about your age. Fantastic. One is in one's going into 1st grade, and the other one is in 1st grade this year, and the other one is in 3rd grade. They've both had difficulties with their health and with school. So, it's awesome to see the different things that they're doing for education these days. So nice to meet you. What flavor was your Pop-Tart?
You want to do a joke?
It was the ice cream flavor.
Ice cream flavor Pop-Tart? I didn't know those existed.
Wait. It was the hot fudge.
Oh.
Nutritious.
Yeah, exactly. My husband would love you because he's a eat dessert first kind of guy. So he would love that. Awesome.
Want to tell a joke?
Yes.
Okay, say it loud. You want to do a riddle or a joke?
Riddle.
Okay. So, Patty, you're in luck.
Okay.
He's going to do a riddle before he goes to class.
Okay. A mind twister.
Looking for a good one here. Okay, you got it? Pick a good one now.
I'm looking for a good one.
Okay, we'll pick a second good one.
That's okay. It's okay.
I am a one-room house. I'm a one-room yellow house with a yellow couch, a yellow room, a yellow bed, a yellow wall. What color should the stairs be?
Yellow. And okay, I'm thinking yellow, but I'm also thinking you're the guy that Curious George lives with. The man with the yellow hat. Is that who it is?
Who lives inside the house?
Yeah. Is that Curious George, the man?
Nope, I don't know.
Oh, but are the stairs yellow?
Okay, so what's the color?
Wait, so your guess is yellow?
Yeah.
There's no color because it's a one-story room.
Oh, you got me. That was a good one.
All right.
That was a good one, bud.
Say have a good day.
Not gonna say.
You too.
A little quieter, please. All right. All right.
He's tricky. He's tricky.
Yes, he found that one pretty quick, so that was pretty good too. And by the way, any book that is shown on your show is a gift to your audience. So that's kind of cool.
Fantastic.
So all you have to do, I can send the books to you, or they can email me, whatever, but
Okay.
we'll send them electronic version. All right.
Great. Fantastic.
So how's that for a gift for an introduction?
Yeah. Hey, no, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Again, that's one of the reasons, Ken, why I wrote my book to begin with. Being a grandmother, what better thing? You can leave your kids and grandkids. You can leave them money. You can leave them property. You can leave them, so many different things. But the most important thing you could do for a child is teach them how to read. Really, that's it. But then also the next thing from that is we want to try to keep our children and our grandchildren from having to go through the difficulties and struggles that we did, so we want to try to and pave a way and teach them how to be able to have things without having to go through as many struggles. So
Awesome.
what I did with my book is actually take all the lessons and wisdom that I gained in my life and broke it down into the steps and created the tool that my book is meant to be. And it's a goal achievement book. And it's going back, and it's not anything, I didn't create anything brand new. It's all things that have been around for centuries. And, it's the real truth. And most people have a hard time wrapping their head around some things that are so simple. I found a way to put it together into a system that anyone can follow and achieve their dreams and goals. So,
Well, heck,
yeah.
I'm gonna ask for that for my Christmas present from you, and I'm gonna send you this.
Oh, fantastic.
So
Yes.
so after the show, we'll grab each other's addresses,
Yes.
and I'll put this in the mail to you today.
Fantastic. Yeah, there we go. That's what it's all about. And bringing smiles to the world and moving people forward in a positive way. That's what it's all about. We have to look at our world. We have to look at our kids and our grandkids and the life that we're and the world that we're leaving for them to be able to so that's what I'm all about. So
Beautiful.
we're connecting really well there. So let's go back to tell me about the Keep Smiling movement and how it came about.
So that was a 7-year journey that I wasn't anticipating would be anything close to that. I thought it'd be 7 days or 7 weeks, nothing like 7 years. So after my mom passed, I decided that I was going to leave a purpose-driven life, and in doing so, I found out almost everything I was doing wasn't purpose-driven. Almost everything. I was a workaholic.
Right.
I was a DJ, and I was just really a materialistic acquisition person, and so I let everything go, bought some cameras, and started working for nonprofits and also for organizations and causes to see if I could help them market their message. And I looked at if I could help them market their message, amplify their goodness, which later came when I got the card. It was amplify your message back then, that I would be not only living a tribute life to my mom, but I would also be purpose-driven. So that turned me on, and so I stayed on the course for 7 years, and then a gentleman named Barry Shore handed me this card, which you can get for free, and I got the card, and it just dazzled me. It spoke to me on so many levels. So first of all, it spoke to me because my mom was a smiler, an optimistic, eternal optimist. Second thing was that it was a reminder to live gratitude, and the third thing was that I learned a new word and I learned a new practice in life, which was to shift. And so when you are not in a space of powerfulness, or you're not in a space of achieving or believing or anything positive, you are probably in a space that's not serving you and it's not allowing you to be powerful. So I practiced shifting, and sometimes it would just be thinking about my son and what I had to live up to be for him. And sometimes it was just me saying, I have a hand, whatever it was, I can see. And it would shift me into being grateful and believing that anything is possible. So caused me to embrace it and call him up. I said, I will call you in 2 days, and I'd like to have a conversation with you about me giving my life to this cause, to this movement. And we had a conversation. It was pretty brief. It was, do you have a social media page? Do you have a movement? Do you take photos? And all his answers were no. But he had the message and he had the card. And I said, you have what I need, and I think I can actually cause what you want to have happen with this card. So he agreed to send me 100,000 cards, believe it or not, with a new back so people could find their photo. I said, if you can take off what's on the back, which was the definition of a smile, nothing wrong with that, but I need a way for people to follow to cause a movement. And so we photographed over 10,000 people holding a Keep Smiling card. And 10,000 may not sound like a big number, but these are almost all leaders, celebrities, influencers, authors, models, musicians. I mean, they're people that have followings, and so it has had quite a ripple effect.
Exactly. Fantastic. Get those out into as many hands as possible, having them hold them out. It everything. I mean,
right.
My head works crazy, does crazy things. I'm even thinking if you had there had people that were had pets that would hold them up or a way for them
We
to
have
hold
we
them
have
up.
2 dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, there are over 2 million people have the card,
Oh,
but we've
fantastic.
photographed about 10,000, and we have a very small amount of photographers. We may have like 5 or 10, and we put these books together. Which, like I said, anytime I hold a book up, it's a book that we'll give away. But I'll just quickly show you that people like John Travolta,
Right.
Quincy Jones.
Yeah, he has an island. John Travolta actually lives on. He doesn't own the island, but he has a home, a property on an island here in Maine.
That's Elle McPherson
Oh,
and
okay.
Ty Lopez.
Woo.
So it's quite a list of people in the book, and we need to get you in the book
Hey,
because you are a leader that leads with their heart. That's for
yeah,
sure.
exactly. And I do. I'm proud of that. I take that space, and I am very proud of that. You know, to me, it's all about coming from a place of service and making a positive difference for people. So fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. So, a little bit more on questions. What kind of organization is the Keep Smiling? What?
The Keep Smiling Movement is
Yeah.
a nonprofit 501c, and we obviously take donations. The donations help probably in about 4 or 5 ways. So one way it helps is we can put more doses of hope out. We have 133 books now, and these books are given away electronically. They're another vehicle to awaken people to not be depressed, to awaken people that there's hope. And so we call them a dose of hope for 2 reasons. The dose is a play on words, scientific. Right. So I have a background in science. I finished college with a biology degree, taught physics and chemistry, and dose breaks down to dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And
I did not realize that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so that's the abbreviation for dose, and our lovely publicist that Andrea, came up with that beautiful acronym. So I have loved explaining how books serve our brain, our chemical, and most importantly, our state of mind.
Yes.
And so that's one part. Another part is we want to partner with dentists and have them transform smiles of people that just have maybe some physical things stopping them from smiling big, whether it's a hair lip or whatever.
Yes.
And so that's the dental part. And the mental part is to, again, give that dose of hope with a book, but also to get them mentorship, attention, support, so they can get past the dark time.
Oh, and, fantastic.
And the last thing is for us to get to events to meet people like you, because we get more of those photos and we get to show there is a world out there that, although you may not know it, these people exist. Follow them, support them, and feed off their beautiful energy. And that's the 4 parts.
Right. Suck it up, Buttercup. Suck it up. Draw it in. Draw it in, because we're surrounded and bombarded with so much negative all over the place, whether it's, in print, on the news, on the radio, especially all this stuff. We're past. I'm not going to draw that up. That's in the rearview mirror now. But it's what we, as a world, that we have all been bombarded with. So we need as much positive light and power in the world.
And actually, I want to speak about something that was a choice, and that was just in the show just now. So my son was very happy to share with my wife what a great morning he's having, or a great dream he had, or even what a bad dream he had. Whatever he was saying it rather loud. And the choice I had was how he experienced me in this morning. Although I wasn't experiencing him with, gosh, this is helpful. Okay. I did want him to experience going into school that he is loved, and that he is my superstar. So I said, hey, come on over. He had a mouthful of Pop-Tart, and he got to tell that's his second book. That's not my book.
Right.
He's published, and I'll tell you how smart this kid is and how smart kids are, period. When he got his first book for his birthday on June 14th, which is Flag Day, it was called Kenny's Joke Book, and he asked the question. He says, Daddy, I see it's published. I see my name on it. I know I worked on it with you, but is it on Amazon? And I said, yes, it is. And he goes, can you show me? I showed him. He goes, okay. Like he knew at that point that it was legit.
Oh,
it was
fantastic. I love it.
And he's made like $300 off this book, off the joke book for his college. He even tells people, he goes, you can buy this joke book and it'll help support me for college.
Oh, well, I actually, for my 2 grandsons, I'm going to have to get a copy for each. So you'll have to give me the information of where I can grab those right on Amazon.
Got it.
Yeah, because it is all about our kids. And another thing coming back from you, a play on that, is because I teach my clients, our choices and decisions are what design our destiny. you
Yep.
know, and they come from the littlest thing, like you did this morning with your son, the way that you choose to have that relationship be, and those little moments, instead of getting, hey, will you shut up, you know, and with that is to make it the best that it can be. So fantastic. I applaud
And
you.
there is another part to that. It's not just the daily choice or the every minute choice of that smiles per hour. It's also that when you slip, you don't know what damage you're doing. I have seen lots of kids that grow up as adults and they don't feel loved because of one incident, one
Right.
simple incident where they say my mom and dad don't love me, or my dad did not value me, or something like that. And all these issues come out of that. So that slip is you have to be very cognizant that you have so much power as a parent to have them consistently feel that they can make a difference in the world. And I gave my son a Facebook page called Game Changer because I want him to change the game as a leader.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's had that almost drilled in as an identity. And so that's the other thing. When you give your child an identity, think about how you reinforce that all the time.
Right, right. That is true. That is true. And having them realize that they are bringing light into this world. So fantastic, you know, because again, that whatever they're doing, there's consequences to every single person's actions. There's the good, the bad, and there's ugly, you know, and we all have to realize that. Even our children have to realize that. And I think that's what has been an issue for some things is there hasn't been consequences, and adults too. For adults too, I'm not saying it's everything on children, but so fantastic. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because again, I want to get as much information from you while we have you here.
Well, if we have one more minute, I'd like to say something about this thing about
Yes.
kids. Just one more thing is
Yes.
when you have your kid write a book, you change their identity because they look around, they don't know any other kids that did a book.
That's
And
true.
so I didn't know this, but a joke book that he finally got out of his shell. He was a very shy kid, extremely shy. And so because I believed in him so much, he was willing to play that, okay, I'll tell a joke. And his first ones were really like low, like whispering. I was trying to get him to even come out of that. And then pretty soon after 7 shows, he was like, I got a joke. And he'd say, what did the father say to the son when he was going to school? What did the father buffalo say to his son when he was going to school? And it was, bye, son. Bye, son.
There
And
you
so
go.
he had 7 go-to jokes, but he became really confident. And so I didn't know that joke book would do that for him, but I want to say that a joke book actually teaches a kid how to entertain and perform, which causes people to say, you're funny, I love what you're doing, and they get all this extra confidence that they need so much. And then
Right.
the second one is the riddle book that I was showing you. It teaches kids critical thinking and problem solving, because a
Right.
riddle is, what is this that, can you figure it out? Can you get outside the box? And he has probably, I don't know what percent, but just hundreds of percent better at when I give him a riddle, he's thinking.
Right.
It's not, I don't know. Like that's the immediate answer.
Right, because he had me focusing all on the yellow, not that it was a.
And you notice he
single
put the
story
book down
house.
and he talked to you.
Right.
I was waiting for him to go back to the book like he forgot something. No, he just kept going. So I was
Yeah.
like, that's good. That's good.
Fantastic. That is fantastic. Yeah, exactly. No, I definitely have to get those for the boys. Oh, it really is, and it does make a difference. And kids have to have that and feel empowered and have that strength.
And you
Wonderful.
get that gift back too, because they make better choices. They become more abundant. They teach you, you know.
Mhm.
So I give my son a point if he can teach me something for the day, and he can teach me something that I didn't remember, you know, anything. So he
Yeah.
can find a fact out, and so it's his way of returning to me that I'm trying to teach him something every day.
Yes, fantastic. Those are all great tips for anything for parenting, especially now having kids at home so much
Hmm.
for trying to do any type of education. Wow. So Ken, when did you decide to make it a nonprofit, your business?
It was almost immediate because I had already been working with hundreds of nonprofits and just saw that they need marketing and they need funding. And when you have it for profit, sometimes it's a mixed message. I wanted it to really be that, yes, hopefully the nonprofit can pay for my livelihood so that I can live. But it was really about how can I be like a Gandhi and create the world I want to see.
Right.
And I saw that through a nonprofit easily.
Yes, be the answer that you want. Be what you want the world to see. So with that, and my understanding, because there's all the whole everything that goes into creating a nonprofit, that you have to have lawyers involved and all that kind of stuff and everything too. But isn't it when you have a nonprofit like that that you can get sponsors and different things and donations that make it so that it's tax deductible for the companies and stuff that's involved?
That was the big win. That's
right.
the big win. And the more abundant a company is, the more that would be desirable.
Fantastic. Yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there for people that didn't realize, even if you have a small company and if you find something like this that you'd like to donate to, it is a tax deduction for you. So yeah, right. Fantastic. So just a few more questions for you.
I can handle it.
All right. So and actually, since you have a PhD, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this probably ties into that. How does a smile change your mental neuroplasticity of people?
Well, there are at least 20 things that it does for you, but I will give you a brief answer because I don't want this to go. But I will supply this book that will give a lot of those answers.
Oh,
but
fantastic.
Here's a short answer for you. So when you're happy, obviously you're sending signals to the muscles in your mouth and you get this nice, beautiful smile. And what's cool is when you have a nice smile, it actually regenerates to your brain that you are indeed happy because everything's congruent. But what is really cool about if you're not happy and you smile is your brain gets confused and says, why are you smiling down there? You must be happy. And so it actually generates good thoughts and shifts you into actually abundance. Because when you're happy, you are actually thinking you have more than enough. Right. So the other thing, some of these 20 is that when you are smiling, you are giving a message that you are safe, you are welcoming, you are at peace, you are love, and you are accepting. So all those things mean that you are attracting.
Right.
You're attracting people, you're attracting conversations, you're attracting humor, you're attracting opportunity. All this simply means is that you are living a life you really choose. Some people say, hey, this person's so happy, he's so lucky. No, I guarantee that they chose that state of mind. They chose all the things that would go with that. That's mindset. So the other thing is that when you're happy at work, you become a magnet. You become the person that's indispensable, the person that can't be fired because you're the life of the company. You are more attractive, and you're more attractive continuously to people that even know you. They want more of you. So those are just some of the things. There's a lot. There's so much chemical, but there's so much business, and there's so much just regular life stuff. I mean, when my son and I can just look at each other, and when I smile, he smiles, and vice versa. And so you also don't know when you smile and someone's not smiling and they smile, how that shifted them to help other humans be happy.
Yes, fantastic. And I know, again, with the way the brain works and all that stuff, there is something to do with raising your vibration, and that's all the stuff kind of, and I don't know the technical word for it or whatever, but I think isn't the number like 528 is a really good one for vibrations? I
believe you're right, actually. Yeah. I think I think I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I think 528. I think 528 is love. I think it is, but yeah. Yep.
Noted. I'm going to have.
Check it out.
You know what? The thing that's cool about this says second edition right here.
Yep.
So when I get enough information, a third edition comes out, and it just simply means that there's enough, like 20% new shift in the book, that it is newer data, and some of the stuff may be falling out, whatever. But I constantly improve the book, so that's a great thing to add, and that's not in this book.
Awesome. Well, so this has been so fabulous. Actually, all this stuff is things that we have heard and know. A smile is contagious. There you go. It just goes back to that, and it really is. It really truly is. Those words are around for a reason and have been for forever, because that's just like the doctor or them saying an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Right.
There's reasons for that. So thank you, Ken, for sharing everything this morning.
Well, we got to go through smiles per hour a little bit. We have to do smiles. So there are so many smiles that a child does, and that's because they're in a state of wonder. And we as adults allow bills and anxiety and fear and responsibility to cloud all the smiles being emitted. And so if you ever want to keep track how many smiles you're doing, there have been studies that show that kids do as much as 400 smiles a day, and there are studies that show that adults do as little as 40. So you may see that there's a correlation. We certainly have found this, that the more you smile, the more abundance you attract, the more abundance you have in life. And that isn't always like your problems just get solved easier because you're in more of a creative state. So that's one thing. And the second thing is, if you have not done what you have done, Patricia, which is write a book, I encourage you to take that step. And we have a template that takes about an hour to do. And you may be chosen scholarship as a book that would inspire others. And it's a little 1 hour, 2 hour thing. It's who you are, why you are, and how you are. And the why you are is what you were addressing earlier, your purpose.
Right.
But to have a great purpose, I have found through my studying is that it is derived from a powerful who you are. So the more committed you are to overcoming challenges, failures, obstacles, and being persistent and driven to become this great who, will derive a great who, why.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is a purpose. And then the higher the why is and the who are, the higher your how will be, which is how you administer abundance, how you administer solving problems, but most importantly to me, how you inspire inspiration, how you provide hope for others. Because when you're in that state, you actually have the ability to really shift people. And so that is a gift I'd like to give your audience. And of course, I just would like to share that real quickly. There's one book we'll give you. This is a Chicago edition. You get any of them you want. This is a neat book. It's called the 50 Book Challenge, and it's 50 books that will change your life. Anyone that wants to even learn how to do a book, make a book, move a book, book a sale.
Yeah.
And I think we will close with that. And of course, smile cards.
Yes, fantastic. So Ken, we'll have the information down below for anybody to reach out to get those, and you can send them right to anybody who reaches out to you, because we want to get those in as many hands as possible, making as much difference and impact. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh, I am so glad I got to chat with you this morning.
Likewise. Can't wait to come up to Maine and get your photo, or vice versa.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, again, this is East Coast stuff. This is East Coast power of smiles.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. All right. Wonderful. So great to have you. For anybody who wants to find out more about me, go to patriciajogrover.com. You can find all my social media and a link to be a guest on my show at www.pjgvcard.info. And I have a little video for you coming through, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.